Okay, so for today's lesson, we are now going to go over what order of operations is. So, as you can see off to the left, I have the numbers in a little pad. That's representing my piece of paper that I would have next to me to help me solve this problem. This is not going to be here. It's just for me to use during this video so you can see what I'm doing on my piece of paper and how I'm solving this. So as you can see, we have PIMDAS, that acronym that we talked about in vocabulary. The P stands for parentheses. So those are things that look like little curves, but they're called parentheses. You have exponents, which we talked about last week. That's that little number that tells you how many times that base is going to be multiplied by itself. And then you have multiplication and division. Now, when you have multiplication and division next to each other, you need to make sure you solve them left to right. And I'll get into explaining that when we see those in problems. And then you have addition and subtraction, and that's the same rule. If they're next to each other, then you solve left to right. But again, I will get into what I mean by that when we start getting into the examples. So let's get started. Now, the problems are not going to be broken down like this all the time. Just to start us off, to get us into the understanding of what to do, that's why I have it broken down this way. But normally you're just going to get a problem that looks like this top row up here, that 2. I'll even highlight it and change the color of it so you know. This normally is all you would get. However, since it's the first time seeing it, I have broken it down step by step. So we're going to start off by looking for parentheses. And we're looking for these symbols. There's no parentheses here. So we can put a check over that P because we looked, we checked, we did it. Now we're looking for exponents. I'm looking for exponents, the exponent next to a number. I'm looking in my problem that's highlighted yellow. There is no exponent, so I'm going to drag my check over the E because I've looked for it. It's not there. I don't need it. Now I'm going to look for multiplication first. I see multiplication. Okay, I also see division. However, there's an addition sign and a subtraction sign next in between them. So I have to solve that multiplication problem first. So I'm going to do 7 times 2, which if you don't know, you have your reference book where you can reference it for the multiplication table. So 2 times 7 is 14. So now I have 14 and I bring everything down that I did not underline, I did not touch, I bring everything down. So I have plus 15 minus 8 divided by 2, and that's exactly what's up here. I didn't touch it, so I bring it down and write it as it is. So now my new problem, so like this problem that's highlighted in yellow, I am now done with. I don't need to look at that anymore. My new problem is now this 14 plus 15 minus 8 divided by 2. So I'm starting off at this multiplication and division. I'm starting there on my acronym of PIMDAS. So I'm looking for multiplication. Let me see. Do I see any? No. But I do see division. So I have 8 divided by 2. So with 8 divided by 2, that is the same thing as saying what times 2 gives me 8. So we can count by 2s to get 8. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8. And on my fingers, I have 4 fingers hold up. So 8 divided by 2 is 4. So I'm going to put a 4 in this box. Oops. I'm going to put a 4 in this box. Let me center it really quick so it's 4. Okay? So now I have this problem is completed. We aren't looking at that anymore. Our new problem is 14 plus 15 minus 4. That's our new problem. Okay, so I see a plus sign and a minus sign. I do not see any more multiplication and division. So I'm going to drag my check mark over that M and the D because I don't have to look at that anymore and I'm done with it. So now I'm going on to my addition and subtraction. So I have an addition, I have a subtraction. So I'm going to look, they're next to each other. So that means I solve left to right. So that means I'm first going to do 14 plus 15. So on my piece of paper, I'm going to do 14 plus 15 draw the line. That line is drawn. And now I'll begin add. 4 plus 5, 9. 1 plus 1, 2. So I get 29 as my answer. So in this box, I will put 29. So now my new problem is 29 minus 4. So now I have to do 29 minus 4. So off to the side on my piece of paper, you can also use your fingers if you want to, or on your scrap piece of paper, you're going to do 29 minus, and it's okay if it goes over the 5 because we're done with that problem. And even then, I have 29 minus 4. 9 minus 4 is 5. And then 2, and there could be a 0 here, so 2 minus 0 is 2. So my new answer is 25. So I'll put 25 in the box. I like to explain this as a pizza. So usually I'll have a pizza slice here, and if you look at it, your goal is to go from long, like the crust, and go to the tip of the pizza. So if you were to draw, this kind of looks like a pizza slice. So that's what order of operation is. So now that we have no other operations to do, we will put a check over addition and subtraction, and we are done. So hopefully this helps you, and this will also be in our notebook so we can use to help and for the problems that you will be getting. If you need more assistance, please contact me and I will help you. Have a good day.